on YouTube. Buck Rub here, and welcome to another edition of BukWildTrucking. I am in Cameron, Montana on Highway 287 South, just a little north of Yellowstone National Park. I'm heading down to Sugar City, Idaho to pick up some potatoes and take those to Michigan. And I was looking for a nice place to pull over and take a small break. I didn't really need one, but I'm in no hurry. I don't have to pick it up till tomorrow, and it was only a 5-hour drive. But I am here on the banks of the Madison River, and I've been watching this thing for several miles, and I mean, just look at this scenery around me. Little rest area here with some truck parking. It's a place that I'm gonna definitely make a mental note of. But I think I'm gonna stop here. I've got several hours I can kill, and I think I'm gonna kill about an hour of it right here. Here's some thunder in the area. It's kind of starting to cloud up, so I hope it don't rain on me. And I really wish these lawmakers get busy on this CDL fishing license, because I want to tell you something. I'd love to be throwing my fly rod out in this right now. All right, I'll let you go for now. Well, this is pretty cool. Driving through Yellowstone National Park, just the western end of it. And I've never been here, but it's nice. A lot of little streams running right along the road. I'm about 45 minutes from my pickup, but I don't have to be there until 9 in the morning, and it's only 4 o'clock now. So I may try to find me a spot by a river to park by the night. Park for the night, anyway. But it's a neat area. I apologize for the bugs. I stopped and cleaned it about an hour and a half ago, but as you can see from the video, it is filthy again. But yeah, I'm really digging this drive. I'm in Idaho now. I've been in Idaho now for about 40 miles. Alrighty, I am at Dickinson Frozen Products in Sugar City, Idaho, where I am going to be picking up frozen potatoes. You can see all the trucks been bringing it in. This truck here is being loaded with some kind of potato pulp, and my appointment's not till 9 o'clock in the morning, and I mainly went inside to ask them if I could park over here, and they said yeah, no problem. And they said, do you want to go ahead and check in? And I'm like, sure. And they wanted me to get on the scale because they say they're going to load me to gross. My paperwork says 43,000 pounds, but they say they're going to load me to gross. Well, I let them know that there were no places to fill up on the way here, and I only have half a tank of fuel. So they said they would account for that. So it's going to be probably right around 43,000 pounds, 44,000 pounds of product. So I came over here to park, and they called me on the phone. They said, hey, don't run off. We're probably going to load you tonight. So I am pre-cooling my reefer. It's got to be -10. I've got it down to 28 degrees. Not sure if you can see that or not, but I'm in the process of pre-cooling it. And if they get me loaded here in the next 2 hours, then I will be able to drive for 2 more hours. I've got 2 hours of drive time left. So that'll get me to the Flying J down the road about 100 miles. That way I can catch a shower tonight, eat some dinner, get a good night's sleep, and hit the road. It looks like it's 23 hours of driving to my destination in Holland, Michigan. So looks like it's gonna be heading across the 80. Of course, that usually means a stop in the Iowa 80, of course, and maybe a little peek through Walcott Radio if I can make it there before Sunday, because of course they're closed on Sunday. So we'll get this here loaded, and hopefully, they say tonight, we'll see. And if I still have some clock left, I'll try to make it down to the Flying J. It looks like it's never, I looked at the history on Trucker's Path, and it very seldom fills up. So we'll see if I can get in there. It's over on Highway 30 in Idaho here. So we'll see if we can get her done. Well, I am loaded, and I have plenty of time to get to the truck stop, but I want to run something by you guys that you ain't gonna believe. I had an initial weight of 35,740. They loaded me up. I have not moved my tandems at all, and all they have is a gross scale here. So I'm gonna give you these weights, and for those of you that know how, I want you to see how this ended up. My steers weighed 11,900 pounds. My steers and my drives weigh 45,200. My gross ended up being 78.5. I did not move my tandems. Do the math and check that out. Well, good evening, everybody. I am in North Platte, Nebraska at the Flying J. Got really fortunate. There were only a couple spots left in here, and I was able to grab one of them, which is really surprising. It's, I got here about 7 o'clock, and it was already pretty full. I'm not sure what was going on over at the Loves, but this is where I get my free showers at, so this is where I stayed. I did 710 miles today, had about, I think 12 minutes left on my clock when I came rolling in here. So I felt very fortunate. I'm still about 13 hours away from my drop. I've got about 17 hours left on my clock, so I'm going to get up early in the morning and get to rolling. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the drop. And then try to get a 34 in before my Tuesday drop so that I can run as soon as that's done. And hopefully the Wilberforce will be on something that'll truck me out of there pretty quick, because I'll be ready to roll. It was a nice trip. I mean, coming out of southern Idaho, not really anything exciting to see. Of course, Wyoming across 80, other than a few spots, is just kind of boring. And so you turn up the music, talk on the CB, talk a little bit on Zello, try to make the time fly. And then, of course, Nebraska. Well, it's Nebraska. So anyway, we'll wrap this up for tonight and get rolling in the morning. We'll see where we land. I was hoping I could stop at the Iowa 80 and do my 34 there, but that's still going to put me about 5 hours away from my drop, and I don't want to do a 34 and then kill 5 hours of my time when I can get within an hour or so and go from there. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? I am in Walcott, Iowa at the Iowa 80. I love this truck stop. I don't know why I like it so much, but I'm gonna do a 34 here. Of course, my delivery is not till Tuesday, so I'm gonna do a 34 while I'm here. I'm gonna mess around inside. I'm probably gonna go over to the museum tomorrow and head out of here early Tuesday morning and get this delivery. Then I'll have a fresh clock, and we can go to points unknown from there. So I'll get back with you.
Running up and and down these highways is a way of life for few and far between. It may not be the life for some of you, but it's the only life for me. When I fire up all those horses, make my chest swell up with pride as I pull my wagon through the long dark night. Well, I'm living the diesel life. It's a style of life that most can't take, but they can't do without us. Counting off the many miles that we all put behind us. Loading here, dropping there, fast forward and rewind. Yeah, that's living, at least it is to us. Living the diesel life. What I do takes me to places that most will never see. While they're sitting in an office chair or working in a factory. So I pull it in the big hole as they sleep in silent dreams. It ain't just a way of life, it's the only life for me. Well, I'm living the diesel life. Well, it's a style of life that most can't take, but they can't do without us. Counting off the many miles that we all put behind us. Loading here, dropping there, fast forward and rewind. But that's living, at least it is to us. Living the diesel life. Well, that's living, at least it is to us. Living the diesel life. Living the diesel life.
Hello YouTube again. It is Tuesday morning and I am in Holland, Michigan at Regent Frozen Foods where I am making my delivery. Actually, I've already made my delivery, and my pickup which is heading back to Denver was supposed to be across the street. So as soon as I got unloaded, I went across the street and get over there, and they said, oh, you need to go back where you were. So I could have stayed in this door the whole time, and they could have offloaded me and loaded me right there. But anyway, lesson learned. Now I know if you're ever at Regent Foods, you could be in any one of these buildings and it could be the same thing. So check before you leave, because it may be where you need to be. Thank you, Prime. But anyway, it was a good trip. I had to get up really early this morning to make this, and because of the 34 I had to take. But it was still a good trip. I got a nice break at the Iowa 80. I hope you enjoyed the video footage of the museum. Man, I guess that's about it. So I'm going to get this thing uploaded, and I don't know if I'll make another video for this other one or not. I'm taking the same roads back, so I'm unsure yet. We'll see what happens from there. But until next time, I'm BukWildTrucking, out.